What's up, Bills Mafia? Today we're going to be talking about the biggest questions about the Bills defense heading into the 2023 season. But before we get to that, let's get to that intro.
This is VZ Music.
Welcome to the Mafia Sports Report. I am Tommy. Please like, subscribe, hit that notification bell because I always forget to tell you. Well, Bills Mafia, today we're going to be talking about the biggest questions about the Bills defense heading into the 2023 NFL season. And once again, I want to send a special shout out to Bills Wire for writing this article. So here we go. Biggest questions about the Bills defense heading into the 2023 NFL season. The Bills defense has undergone some shakeup since Buffalo's 2022 campaign came to an end in the second round of the playoffs. The two former primary defensive play callers, coordinators Leslie Frazier and middle linebacker Tremaine Edmunds, both left during the offseason. Plus, there's some new talent joining the group via free agency and the 2023 NFL Draft. With those changes, here are our biggest questions about the Bills defense heading into the 2023 training camp. Who will start at middle linebacker? Great question. A.J. Klein has made 82 career NFL starts and is a veteran. Behind him is Tyrel Dodson, who filled in for Edmunds at times last season, and Terrell Bernard, rookie third-round pick Dorian Williams, who also spotted working out at that position. What has been clear is the Bills are going to roll with these players to see who steps up to help fill the void left by Edmunds. It's a significant one. And I agree. Listen, I honestly, at this point, it is an open competition at middle linebacker. I have no idea, guys, who will be starting middle linebacker week one. It is really, honestly, a toss-up right now. I am rooting for Dorian Williams, our rookie, to win the job, but at this point, it's the best, obviously the best man available. The person who earns it wins that job in training camp and in preseason. Dorian Williams has a little bit of a uphill battle because he has to go against A.J. Klein, who obviously knows this defense very well. Terrell Bernard, who's now entering year 2 as a Buffalo Bill. And don't forget about Spector, who's the dark horse at middle linebacker. So it's going to be very interesting. Oh, I'm sorry. And then Dodson, who so far is getting first-team reps in training camp. But once again, guys, don't get that twisted. Shawn McDermott loves doing this. He always switches up ones and twos, especially with younger players. So I wouldn't jump the gun right away and say Dodson's the guy. But man, I honestly, and then it boils down to who's calling the plays, right? At middle linebacker. Usually it was Tremaine Edmunds since he was a rookie here. I have an odd feeling, man, that it's almost going to be like middle linebacker by committee. Like running back position, when they say that. I hope not. I hope they stick with one, but I have a weird feeling that Shawn McDermott may do this rotation of linebackers throughout the season, depending on the matchup and who starts that week. I mean, I hope that's not the case, but none of these guys, as of right now, are like standing out to me, right? Dorian Williams is because he's interesting. He's a rookie. I like what I see on film coming out of college, but very raw. He's a rookie. A.J. Klein, I like his game, but he's limited, right? Dodson, he's okay. Once again, and then Bernard showed me nothing last season. I got to be honest with you guys. So I will say this about Spector. In preseason, he looked very good last year. He was all over the ball, right? But that's preseason. You're going against 2s and 3s. Let's put them against ones. Listen, if Shawn McDermott wants to find out what Specter's all about, you throw him in there with the ones in preseason, or at least the twos. You have him play a little bit more than just threes, right? So we'll see how that goes. But man, the middle linebacker position is a big question mark right now. I have no idea. Right now it's way too early. All right, let's get to the next thing on their list here. Who will be the difference maker in the pass rush? It says defensive end Gregory Rousseau has steadily progressed each season since his rookie campaign, doubling his sack count from year 1 to year 2, 4 to 8, by the way. As he enters his third season as a pro, the 23-year-old will have a chance to continue to become a leader in a pass rush that was scrutinized after the loss of outside linebacker edge Von Miller to a season-ending injury last season. Rousseau will line up across from the returning Miller and, at times, new free agent addition Leonard Floyd. Both Floyd and Rousseau will have a chance to make a difference in the pass rush in the defensive end rotation as well, while Miller works his way back to form. Fellow defensive ends and former second-round draft picks by Buffalo, A.J. Epinesa and Boogie Basham, both will be looking to make the next step at the pro level as well. Listen, one of those guys are going to not be on the team. And I have a feeling it's going to be Boogie Basham. I just think, listen, Shaq Lawson, and they didn't mention him, but last year Shaq Lawson played very well. And I would be surprised if Boogie Basham beats out Shaq Lawson on this to make the 53. I think Buffalo right now, they should, get what they can for Boogie Basham. Take it as an L, but don't take it as an L so bad where you cut him and get nothing in return for a second-round pick. Right now he's probably still valued on some teams, right? They maybe see him as, okay, second-round pick. He's still young, but you let this guy stay on the team another season. He still underperforms. You're going to wind up cutting him the very, off season, and you're going to get nothing in return. So, unless he shows out in camp, Boogie Basham, man, I think he is on the bubble. He is the one that's going to either be traded or cut. I'm hopefully traded so we can get something in return. But yeah, man, listen, Gregory Rousseau, I keep telling you guys about Rousseau. He went from 4 sacks his rookie year to 8, doubled. And I told you guys, this guy was a raw player coming out of college. He only played 1 year as edge in Miami. Go you. And 15 and a half sacks. He was 1 sack behind Chase Young for the league for the leader as far as sacks go in the NCAA that year. Man, absolute beast, man. Guys getting bigger, getting stronger. He's constantly working out with Von Miller. The addition of Leonard Floyd will even help more. He's going to be able to pick his brain as well. I'm telling you guys right now, man, I expect a 10-plus season. A 10-plus sack season for Gregory Rousseau entering 2023. I'm telling you right now. And you're going to see this guy get locked up by the Buffalo Bills, in a year or so, because this guy's going to continue to get better, continue to get more sacks throughout his career. So love what I see from Gregory Rousseau. A.J. Epinesa, they're going to wind up keeping him, but I just didn't see a very big step last year. He took a step, but it wasn't anything to wow or write home about. He's a guy, once again, man, second-round pick for the Buffalo Bills, and has been underwhelming. Last season, like I said, it was good to see that he took a little step, but I just don't think it was big enough for Buffalo to wind up giving him any kind of extension. When his contract's up. Leonard Floyd is a great addition. Been averaging 9 sacks for the last 3 seasons. Love that addition, and I have a feeling you're going to see when Von gets back, Von, Floyd, and Rousseau all on the field at the same time, certain games, certain series. So that is super exciting. I cannot wait for all those guys to be on the field at the same time. And let's get to the next thing on their list, which is, how will head coach Shawn McDermott calling plays impact the defense? With head coach Shawn McDermott calling the plays, the Bills' defense projects to be much more aggressive. we could see an increase in blitz packages and overall pocket pressure and pass rush, which could see an increase in productivity for players like Ed Oliver and Boogie Basham. Considering this shift to attacking the pocket and opposing quarterbacks more, that could also take some of the pressure off the middle linebackers group as they aim to fill the void left by Edmonds. Very true. Listen, man, if you look at Shawn McDermott's years past when he was a defensive coordinator in Philly and especially in Carolina, his style is aggressive, very aggressive. And when he came to Buffalo, obviously he got Leslie Frazier as DC, and Leslie Frazier's a little bit different. And you see their defensive styles when Shawn McDermott took over play calling or defensive play calling a few games in 2019, I believe it was. You could really see the difference as far as the two styles of defense goes. So I'm really hoping that Shawn McDermott does bring that aggressive style defense, because that's something the Buffalo Bills, since Shawn McDermott has become head coach and Leslie Frazier was here as DC, the Bills have lacked, which was getting to the quarterback, creating pressure, getting sacks, and playing a physical type defense. Leslie Frazier was more of a nickel type defense, a soft zone type defense. Even though they ran a 4-3, it was more of a soft zone, and it worked during the regular season. And we were normally a top 5 defense, top 10 defense. But in the playoffs, you play the best. You play the best offenses, right? And I feel like that's where the Buffalo Bills, for the most part, have dropped the ball. The defense has let them down in big games, big moments, right? We all remember the 13 seconds, right? And listen, I want to see more disguised blitzes. I want to see more linebacker blitzes. I just want to see more, just more of an attacking style defense than we have seen since Shawn McDermott has been head coach. And there's a reason why Leslie Frazier is no longer defensive coordinator on this team. I personally think Shawn McDermott and Brandon Beane, they took a little too long to part ways with Leslie Frazier. And listen, I like Leslie Frazier. I do. I think he was a good head coach, good defensive coordinator here. But his time came to an end, and when big moments came, he just didn't step up. And let's see what Shawn McDermott can do. I'm going to say this is a tough task, though. He's going to be head coach and DC. A lot is on his plate and a lot of pressure, because if this defense underperforms now that he is in control, there's going to be a lot of chatter in national media, in Bills Mafia, with the players, especially with the players, because the players did like Leslie Frazier. So if this defense doesn't perform well, the players are going to talk. That's what they do. Look at Stephon Diggs, right? He reached his boiling point. And hopefully that, like he said, it's water under the bridge now. But I'm going to tell you right now, if this doesn't work out, players are going to talk, fans are going to talk, media is going to talk. So let's just hope that Shawn McDermott can bring that aggressive style defense and it works. Because it doesn't necessarily mean it'll work. I want to see it, but it doesn't mean it's going to work. Let's see what happens. This is going to be a very interesting season for Shawn McDermott. Let's see if they have anything else on that list, and they do. Who is now the quarterback of the defense? Great question. From the moment he arrived in Buffalo, joining the Bills as a free agent last year, Von Miller immediately took a leadership role with the Bills defense. Now it's official. He immediately began working with their younger players, including Edmonds at the time, and inviting them to his pass rush academy. He even took an active role in learning about GM duties and recruiting players to Buffalo. Two of his teammates on defense from a Super Bowl championship run with the Rams, safety Taylor Rapp and edge Leonard Floyd, has since joined them. Miller is still one of the top players in the NFL at his position, and he's working to help try and get the Bills defense to the top of the league as well. And that is it for that article. So, listen, man, when we signed Von Miller, I know a lot of people are like, oh my God, we overpaid. There's a lot of money. Von Miller brings more than just, his athleticism and, his Hall of Fame type career to the Bills. He brings leadership. He brings, it's basically a package of Von Miller, right? So leadership on and off the field, right? And then obviously the impact of the game with sacks and just, he brings a lot, right? And then him, working alongside with Brandon Beane, learning how the GM, role goes, learning how the ins and outs go with signing players, free agents. And he's jumped the gun a little bit, but he's that kind of player. He's a happy-go-lucky kind of guy. But overall, I feel like he's been great to the city of Buffalo, to the players, to the coaching staff, everything. And I absolutely love that they signed Von Miller. I love what he's done. It's unfortunate that he got hurt last season against Detroit, but let's just hope he could bounce back this season and really continue where he left off before the injury, because he was having a very good season with the Buffalo Bills up until he got hurt. And now that with the additions of Leonard Floyd, like they said, Taylor Rapp, and his second year with this Bills defense, I expect even better things from Von Miller and this defense around Von Miller. Gregory Rousseau, man, is another guy that's gone to his pass rush academy. Do you see from how he jumped from 4 to 8, right? It's obviously helping. And I love the fact that our players are taking that, that route and trying to better themselves, the initiative, and when they don't need to, and saying, hey, I want to better my craft. I want to improve. And who's better else to, help you than Von Miller, right? And the other veterans out there at the academy that Von Miller hosts, because there's a lot of really good players out there. So I love seeing that. Just like when Kincaid went to tight end university with Dawson Knox this year. Love that too. I love when players take that extra, initiative, step or whatever, I'm trying to say, to improve their game, right? That's what you got to do in the NFL. You can't be, I'm the best, or I don't need to, I'll wait till training camp starts to get better at my craft. You know what I mean? It's the offseason. I'm gonna chill. I'm too good for that. That's for players that are 10 plus years in the league, right? Like that, they've already learned it all, right? But look, hey, Von Miller's still doing it, but he's more of the teacher now than the student, right? So love the fact that our young players are getting at it. And yeah, man, Von Miller is the leader of this defense, in my opinion. You go where Von goes, right? And I think the defense understands that, and they respect him. And so listen, guys, it's going to be an exciting season. Training camp is already day 3 in the books. I'm going to be doing a training camp video today, so it'll be uploaded today. And comment below. Let me know what your thoughts about this is. And Bills Mafia, I love you. And as always, go Bills. I'm out of here. Peace.